So now we're going to ask you guys some questions that people have sent in.
Let me preface the questions by just saying, Courtney, you are my favorite character on Dorm Life, and you have been since season 1.
It's true.
Your hidden talent is playing accordion. What made you pick the accordion?
Yeah.
My grandfather always played, and my parents weren't all that supportive of my musical talent as a child. I think they heard it more as screaming. Luckily, one day I found an accordion in the closet, and I just started playing, and it turned out I have this natural affinity for polka music. I don't know why. So I just started playing, and I realized that I love it, and sometimes when I needed extra cash, I go into the quad, and I just put out a little hat, and some of the kids give me money or apples. But, I mean, so it's just always been something. I think it's part of my heritage.
Danny B. We recently saw your breakup with Lacey, which personally I was ecstatic to see. Has she tried to contact you since you broke up with her?
Unfortunately, yes. And it's more than just contact. I don't know if she means physical contact.
Oh my God.
She has repeatedly broken into my room. I'm not quite sure how. She is very crafty, but she has several times been under my bed. I think that she just wants to hear me sleep. I don't know. But yes, it's a little disturbing, and I've had them change the locks. So hopefully that will keep her out this time.
Ugh, that's so
she's
creepy.
just like, I keep saying this, but she is fatal attraction. Like, she is such a creep.
What is this that you said?
Oh, I said
Fatal attraction, what is that?
Oh, yeah, Fatal Attraction is a reference to a movie called Fatal Attraction about someone who I would say is very similar to Lacey.
Is it rated PG?
No, Danny, I don't think this is a movie you would probably want to see. I feel like you're living your own version of it, and I don't think you need a fictionalized version.
I'd rather not relive it, you're right.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it.
She's the biggest stalker ever, and I will take her down, Danny B, because I feel like she has treated you in inappropriate ways that no man should have to deal with. So
Yeah.
I would like to say that my relationship with Lacey and subsequent breakup, as people call it, was a very difficult time for me, a scary time for a lot of it, and I would just like to say thank you to all those people who were so supportive, despite the fact that at times I did not agree with them. Overall, they were looking out for me and for my best interests, so thank you to all those. It's a very heartfelt thank you.
Courtney, talk a little bit about your newest album, particularly what have been some of your musical influences.
Right. So it's called 4-Leaf Clover, and some of my musical influences are very worldly. I'm really into world music, so I listen from everything to like Toots and the Maytals all the way down to old speeches from Washington and Adams and Jefferson. Anything vocal, I'm into. This is more of a pop album. Really, it just reflects how I feel about things like the song Sweaty to Ready, deals with college and the president, and Stutter deals with, boys in my life. So I feel like, a lot of it has to deal with what I'm going through on a daily basis.
Okay, Danny B. Has your relationship with your mom gotten better since Parents' Weekend? Because we kind of saw you lay down a new set of rules.
I think the main improvement is that we just do not see each other as much. I think that both of us needed some room to breathe. I think that we're both starting to realize that we're our own people,
Yeah.
I'm an individual and she is as well, and I appreciate her for that, and I hope that she's starting to see me as an adult.
And I think that's something a lot of college students struggle with. So do you have any advice that you would give to other college students who are maybe having similar struggles with their parents?
Maybe lay some ground rules ahead of time. I think that might have been one of my mistakes. So maybe no calls within the hour, between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Maybe only one package a week. Also visiting. Maybe limited to twice a month. 3 times a month.
I think those are very
I think
fair.
If you set the ground rules early, then you will be able to respect each other and respect those rules.
That is really good advice. Thanks, Danny B.
Well, it's absolutely my pleasure.
Courtney, you'd mentioned Josh's documentary earlier. Talk a little bit more about what your favorite part was, maybe, or what you thought some of the symbolism meant behind it.
I think Josh is a brilliant artist, and most people didn't get it. I think I'm one of the only people who really did. I think Josh was commenting on a lot of the stereotypes that go on the dorm floor, and obviously Mike is his roommate. He's the one he knows best. And I think he was just showing us all the roles we play into on a daily basis, whether or not we want to, or whether or not they were forced upon us.
I mean,
I personally thought it was nonsense. I mean, aside from classical piano, I've never been much of a consumer of the arts, so I guess maybe I am not qualified to make a judgment.
Everyone's entitled to have an opinion. Danny B, you've been helping Shane with his studies, and you guys even have a class together. Do you feel like he's improving at all?
Improvement with Shane is, it might not sort of be on the same scale as with other people. For instance, if he was able to read back a sentence that I said, or to just even repeat it, I would qualify that as an improvement.
Okay.
Sort of a success. Is he improving? Yes. Is he improving at a rate that it would be considered normal? Probably not. But I am proud of him. As much as he asks me to take breaks for certain beverages,
Right.
He really is trying.
I feel like Shane has really not gotten a lot of attention growing up. I feel like what details we've found out, maybe he really could benefit, and maybe he would have gotten a lot farther as far as his education and his ability to kind of stay on task if he had had somebody like you earlier on. So I think it's really good that you're, giving him some attention.
Well, that's very nice of you to say.
Now, okay, so since we're talking about Shane, you living in the Triple obviously have a couple of very interesting roommates. What is the craziest thing that you've ever walked in on?
Oh my, there are many to choose from. All of the drawers had been taken out of the dressers in our room. They were turned upside down. They had constructed some sort of game where they would jump from drawer to drawer, and with each successful jump, they would take a shot that was waiting for them on the drawer. I'm not sure what the rules of the game were. They tried to explain it to me, and I just was not very interested in hearing it, especially because I needed to start cleaning up. And they were both dressed in chicken suits. I'm not sure what that had to do with the game, but according to Gopher, it was an important part of it.
Okay.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even know what to compare that to. I was going to compare it to, like, hopscotch, but it's not even like that.
Well, Scotch was involved.
Oh, there you go. You could call it hopscotch.
Hopscotch. There you go. Courtney, tell us about the time in your childhood when you and Brittany got in the most trouble.
Well, Brittany and I used to get in a lot of trouble because I went through a stealing period because I was just practicing to be a ninja. So I would steal things from every store I could find, and I would always return them in a secret little way. But one time I had Brittany steal me a bra because she developed earlier than I did, and she got caught and I didn't, and I always feel really bad about that, but I've never apologized.
Danny B, did you ever expect your t-shirt folding video to be such a huge hit on YouTube?
I really did not. Cleaning and being tidy is not as popular as it used to be. And if I can be a part of bringing that back, I could die a happy man. I just never expected that so many people would enjoy folding as much as I do.
If you're bringing tidy
It's
back,
spreading.
that's totally cool. That's totally cool.
I am bringing tidy back.
That's right.
We really appreciate you taking the time
thank
to
you
talk to
so
us.
much for doing
You
this.
guys are the best. I watch your show every week, and I just love it. So thank you so much for being into it, because it helps us talk through our problems, too. So.
Aww.